On the news tonight, federal government to take proactive steps against desertification in the country. House of Representatives delegation in Romania to supervise evacuation of Nigerians from Ukraine. Egba indigents pay homage to Lishabi, the progenitor of Egba Kingdom. Hello, good evening, and thanks for joining us on Channel 12 News tonight. My name is Idaresit Adedoku. The Federal Ministries of Environment, Water Resources, as well as Agriculture and Rural Development have been directed to collaborate more effectively towards controlling and combating desertification in the country. President Muhammadu Buhari gave the directive while granting audience to the Executive Secretary of the United Nations Convention to combat desertification, Ibrahim Tau, on the margins of the UNEP at 50 celebration in Nairobi, Kenya. President Muhammadu Buhari has been given the National Institute for Pharmaceutical Research and Development Award as champion for the eradication of sickle cell disease in the country. The award is in recognition of the current administration's strong political will towards the advancement of the institute. Uche Ugochukwu reports that the Minister of Health, Dr. Sage Enahere, received the award on behalf of the President at the ceremony held in Abuja. And moving on, the federal government is on the path to resolving the financial challenges in the power sector and will continue to invest in the sector towards a sustainable electricity supply. One step towards that is the readiness to settle all verifiable debts owned by ministries, departments, and agencies this month. Government is putting 40 billion naira aside for that purpose. State House correspondent Jide Onifade reports. In the meantime, a delegation of the House of Representatives, led by the House Leader Al-Hassan Ado Dogowa, Thursday arrived Bucharest, Romania, to oversee and assist in the process of evacuating Nigerian nationals who are mainly students fleeing Ukraine in the wake of attack in the country by Russia. Following the resolution of the House at plenary last week, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, has mandated the House Leader Ado Dogowa and the Chairman, House Committee on Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Buba Yakub, to proceed to the war-torn region to ensure that every Nigerian that desires to return home from the epicenter of the conflict is given the needed support. The lawmakers who departed the country Wednesday are in close contact with officials of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Nigerian mission in Ukraine, Bucharest, Budapest, Warsaw, and country neighboring Ukraine. The delegation has met with Nigerian evacuees who were already at the airport en route to Nigeria, where they expressed the House sympathy and support. Meanwhile, the report just reaching us says it has been confirmed that scheduled Air Peace flight evacuating Nigerians from Poland to Abuja this Thursday has been cancelled. Passengers are now being redirected to baggage reclaim. Head of the evacuation exercise, Ambassador Bolaji, and the Nigerian ambassador to Poland, Christian Ogo, gave the reason for the cancellation. The House of Representatives has asked the Central Bank of Nigeria to introduce regulations, guidelines, and sanctions on points of sales POS operations in Nigeria. The resolution was in response to a motion from Jimo Olajide. House member expressed concern that none of the financial regulatory bodies in the country has information on the precise number of POS machines and their operators. This situation, they said, has enabled fraudsters to create fake credit cards to defraud innocent customers, while some retain vital information from ATM cards. The CBN was therefore advised to obtain detailed information for the purpose of monitoring and ensuring compliance. And in Osun State, an Osun High Court in Osogbo has remanded Prince Rahman Adedoyin, the owner of Hilton Hotel Ile-Ife, and 6 others in Ilesha Custodial Center till next hearing on Friday. Prince Rahman Adedoyin and 6 others have been arraigned this Thursday before the High Court over an alleged involvement in the murder of a master's student of Obafemi Awolowo University, Timothy Adegoke. Joshua Ogundeji was at the hearing.
Prince Ramon Adedoyin, who is facing trial alongside 6 others for an 11-count charge bordering on unlawful murder, attempted felony, conspiracy and unlawful interference with a dead body, altering an intent to destroy evidence as well as conspiracy in administering extrajudicial oath, pleaded not guilty to all the charges. Aside Dr. Ramon Adedoyin, other defendants are Magdalene Chifuna, Adeniyi Adurogba, Oluwole Lawrence, Oyetunde Kazim, Adebayo Kunle, and Adedeji Adeshola. The lead prosecution counsel of Mosun had told the court that the defendants between November 5 and 7, 2021 conspired to kill and eventually killed one Timothy Adegoke at Hilton Hotel Ile-Ife with a view to covering up the killing and paid the court to remand the defendants in custodial center. The counsels to the 6 other defendants had applied for bail while the bail application by the 7th defendant is delayed. The presiding and chief judge of Osun, Justice Adepele Ojo, overruled the bail application by the defense counsel until the application of the 7th defendant is officially received and ordered that the defendants be remanded in a leisure custodial center. Justice Ojo, however, adjourned the case to Friday, 4th of March 2022 for continuation of hearing on bail application, while trial commences next week. Recall the defendants were previously arraigned before a federal high court in Abuja before the counsel to the family of the deceased Femi Falana wrote to the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, asking that the matter be returned to Osun, where the crime was committed. In Osogbo, Joshua Oguchide, NTA News.
The needed change and transformation in the civil service has come. These are the words of the head of service of the Federation, Folashade Yemi-Esan, at the graduation of AIG Public Leaders Program. Haman Jabani reports that the training was in partnership with AIG Imokede Institute and University of Oxford Blavatnik School of Government.
Organization for 9 years and happens to be one of the 49 participants of the AIG Public Leaders Program, whose project harnessing technology in broadcasting made the final 5.
By developing an app, mobile application, so that we can use it to broadcast our programs to the world, so that NTA can fulfill its mandate to reach the unreached. And the ultimate goal is to ensure that all NTA stations, we come together, we have one app, and then we have sub-app under it, so that each of NTA stations that you want to watch, you just go and click.
The inaugural program, which commenced in September 2021, offers peer-to-peer learning, a mixture of classroom discussion, simulations, practical exercises, and group work that are aimed at changing the mindset of participants who will, on the long run, transform the civil service while developing the new skill and perspectives that they will need to take on top leadership role.
The program aims to deliver on the Ike Mokwede Foundation belief that if adequate investment is channeled into building the capabilities and effectiveness of the public servants in Nigeria and indeed Africa, we will close the gap between Africa and the rest of the world.
Head of Civil Service of the Federation and Mohammed Sanusi II believe the program will broaden participants' public leadership skills with conceptual framework and practical tools needed to meet the challenges of leadership in the public service in an increasingly complex and rapidly changing world.
The civil service must wake up and rise to take the rightful position, because it's like everybody is waiting for the civil servants, but we don't understand that.
You are supposed to think for the politicians by definition. I'm not saying all politicians don't think, but we expect more brains in the civil service than in politics.
The second batch that will produce the likes of Idowu is ongoing, and this time it will involve 100 participants from Nigeria and other African countries. Haman Jabani, NTA News.
Eminent sons and daughters of Egbaland joined Alakan paramount ruler of Egbaland, Oba Michael Adedotunre Mugbadebo, to pay homage to the progenitor of Egba Kingdom at his Lishabi Forest in Oba area of Abeokuta. Yemi Dalimo reports that the prayer for continued peace and prosperity of Egbaland characterized the ceremony.
One of the important activities marking the annual Lishabi Festival in Abeokuta, Ogun State capital, is the visit to the Lishabi forest, who was the progenitor of the Egbas. The paramount ruler and Alake of Egba land, Oba Adedotun Adegungbadebo, led the Egba traditional rulers, chiefs and sons of the land, all clad in white attires, to the Lishabi burial site in a forest known as the Igbo Lishabi of Oba community to offer prayers for the unity and progress of Egba land. The journey to Igbo Lishabi is a spiritual exercise of sorts. The Alake officiates the prayer session and slaughtered the sacrificial ram. Oba Adedotun Adegungbadebo explained that many innovations are being introduced into the festival, with the 2022 edition focusing on youth inclusion and empowerment for overall development and progress of the Egba kingdom.
So this year we are insisting on being self-sufficient, which was one of the hallmarks of Lishabi himself. He loved his country. He was very, very patriotic, hardworking. He didn't think of himself, but thought of the whole community. And we want our people to imagine that they are not alone. That if they have a little extra, they should look for somebody who has nothing at all and let that person benefit from them.
Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of Yoruba land, Chief Gani Adams, described the Lishabi festival as a unifying factor for Egba sons and daughters, which strengthens the bond of unity and oneness of the people.
It's unique, it's sustainability of culture and tradition. And I'm proud of the Egba people. And I give kudos to Kabesi, Alake of Egba land, for the spirit of continuity, for having the mindset that they won't forget where they are coming from. That was exactly what we are doing here.
Before proceeding to the Lishabi forest, Alake and other traditional rulers were entertained by the Oba people, where various traditional title holders, groups and associations pay homage to the paramount ruler and pray for more peace and tranquility in Egba land. In Abeokuta, Yemi Dalimo, NTA News.
Yes, so on to Channel 12 News, more news. After this time out, please stay with us.
If you wanna talk your daddy, if you wanna run online, if you want plenty data, if you wanna go to pay, 117, he says 777. Let me hear you say this super.
The whole sensational world of Glow, now accessible through one code, *777#.
Welcome back and thank you for staying tuned. A security conference to provide opportunity for synergies of all security stakeholders in Ogun State, tagged Gateway Secured Confab 2022, will come up in Ogun State between the 26th to 28th of April 2022. The conference, which is expected to prefer lasting solutions to various security challenges in the country, is being put together by the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Ogun State Command, and other private security outfits in the state. Anthony Gandono has the details.
The press conference, attended by stakeholders including the State Commandant, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Kolawole Taiwo, represented, was to sensitize the media on the need for security conference to create strong partnership, interaction and bond between private and public security architecture in Ogun State. The Commandant, Civil Defense College of Security Management, Awosusi Rachel, and the project coordinator and the team lead, Dare Ogini, said the conference will also be a rallying point for security operatives and the public to air their views on security challenges rocking the society, with a communique to be presented to the state government at the end of the 3-day program.
The contribution from everyone, every sector, it will be bringing it down. Like I said, what does not start a day may not go a day. So we will always put our minds together, our knowledge together, our thinking together, our skill and everything together to make sure that we are bringing it down, so it will not go up again.
We are bringing together all the security architectures in the country represented in Ogun State. All of them. It's not just NSCDC And we intend building this synergy. Let them come together, come up with a kind of strategy to work together and combat insecurity in this state.
The Public-Private Partnership Security Conference, scheduled to hold between 26th and 28th of April 2022 at the Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library, Abeokuta, is expected to reduce insecurity in Ogun State and boost the state economy and bring a sustainable peace to the society. In Abeokuta, Anthony Gandonu, NTA News.
And back to the report on power. The federal government is on the path to resolving the financial challenges in the power sector and will continue to invest in the sector towards a sustainable electricity supply. One step towards that is the readiness to settle all verifiable debt owned by ministries, departments, and agencies this month. Government is putting 40 billion naira aside for that purpose. State House correspondent Jide Onifade reports. And on to entertainment news. Nollywood actress and singer Bukumi Oluwashino has celebrated her daughter, who recently clocked a new age. For more on entertainment news, let's join Rhoda Onifade.
Nollywood actress and talented singer Bukumi Oluwashino has taken to her social media page to celebrate her daughter. The Yoruba movie actress and singer shared some gorgeous new photo in honor of her daughter's first birthday. In one of the photos, they are both rocking matching purple outfits, and in the other, red and white ensembles. In the first photo shared hours before the birthday, both mother and child are seen donning regal purple dresses. Nigerian disc jockey Florence Otedola, popularly known as DJ Cuppy, has continued to lament her study at the prestigious University of Oxford. The billionaire heiress made this known via her Instagram and Twitter page, where she revealed that she has considered dropping out of the school. And lastly, Nigerian music star Timaya has been arrested hours after he was accused of almost killing a young lady on Wednesday, March 2nd, 2022. An Instagram user who claimed to be the sister of the victim accused the music star of ramming his car into her sister after she challenged him for damaging her car. In the latest development, men of the Nigerian police force stormed the residence of the music star on Thursday morning. The singer was seen explaining to the officers what transpired during the alleged hit-and-run incident. A few minutes later, he was whisked away by the armed police officers. With entertainment news, Rhoda Onifade.
And on that note, wrap up Channel 12 News. Thank you for watching. I'm Idare Adeokuta. Good night.